Tomgirl versus HunterHD is going to be our next matchup. And for these two strikers, do you want to say anything about these two players? Because I'm not too familiar with them.
Yeah, so HunterHD is actually going to be another Snake striker, also extremely geared, and he is going to be Divios, his sparring partner. So he's very practiced in the matchup, but Tomgirl, definitely no slouch, been playing really well throughout the bracket so far. Excited to see what happens here.
Tomgirl, Hunter, both of these players might again be bringing out the succession. We haven't seen too many awakenings from most classes actually for NA so far. And when it comes to the awakening striker, anything you want to mention about it that it has maybe over the succession striker, or is kind of succession striker the favored 1v1 spec here?
I feel like overall Succession is definitely the favored 1v1 spec. I think in large scale, that's where you're going to see a lot more awakened strikers, especially with that 50% BSR leg coming through. But I believe HunterHD, if I remember correctly, is going to be bringing Awakening into the semifinals here against Tomgirl, and I believe Tomgirl is also rocking Awakening.
So 2 Awakening mirrors potentially, and when it does again come out for Awakening, the new bond skills again for Awakening strikers, we have Spiral Cannon. I was looking over the list myself, and if I was a striker, I don't play him, I play Ranger. The Spiral Cannon again seems...
Oh, you do?
Yeah, Spiral Cannon seems very tempting to me, but any other skills that the strikers look at nowadays that they choose to value over other skills?
For Awakening bond specs, I mean, it's really just going to be Spiral Cannon. The only other one that some people run is Light Drop, but that's not really very prevalent.
Yeah, I think it's a knockdown there, right? But we'll see. Tomgirl versus HunterHD. Let's get this second match of the NA Strikers underway. See who's going to make it to the grand finals. Let's jump into that arena.
And already, first round starting up here. Tomgirl versus HunterHD. Hunter taking out another one of the potential favorites for this tournament, Axe. And already starting off the round, you can see why Hunter is Divo's sparring partner. Takes out the CC. Her first grab comes through. Spiral in the secondary. Gets the damage off, but unfortunately not going to be enough. He is very tanky, and his AP is actually very high, but Tomgirl, definitely someone with a lot of gear here. Yeah, there it is. Spiral comes through once again. Gets a secondary. Is going to be burning him down and forces the V out of Tomgirl. You have to be careful of that KD initially coming in and completely stands on top of his V location, almost like he has radar. Gets the grab off, and the first one's going to be going to Hunter. Almost a completely one-sided match. Hunter just showing out.
Yeah, Hunter just showing that he's very comfortable with that Awaken gameplay. You know, he caught him a couple times. The first time with the grab, the second time was with the Spiral Cannon and the core skill that we just talked about. Really well played by Hunter there. Unfortunately, didn't get to see too much out of Tomgirl and what they have potentially in store for us in the semifinals. So hopefully Tomgirl bounces it back a little bit, but so far a dominant showing from Hunter.
Yeah, very OG, old school Awakening performance there from Hunter. And for Tomgirl, didn't seem like they were putting up much of a fight here. And is there any kind of strategy that they should look at and to take into account when it comes for this next round? Or is Hunter maybe just going to roll over things here?
I feel like avoiding that early grab, you know, having to burn your V that early in the fight is just going to put you at a back foot, even if you don't get caught right out of V, which is happening a lot to the players today. So I'd really like to see maybe Tomgirl play a little bit more passive, a little more reactively, and look for that grab off of maybe a failed grab from Hunter.
All right, round 2 of this next match is ready to start. Let's get underway with this NA Striker semifinal match and jump straight into the Arsh Arena.
And already, again, second round starting up here. As we've seen so far, these striker matches for NA, definitely one of the more aggressive ones you're going to see. And starting off, Tomgirl finally gets his first CC off. Going to be on the Awakening Spec 2, as we saw. Going to be dropping Hunter down to 50% HP here. Actually almost matching in gear on the both of these players. Very matching in damage and tankiness. First combo is going to be coming out. If he wants to keep up pressure and get the secondary actual full kill here, he's going to want to keep up that pressure. But unfortunately, deciding to back up here. Crouching. Getting that buff. Dash forward. Trying to go for the CC. Gets a fall off the uppercut. Forces a secondary here off the KD grab. But unfortunately, that combo is going to be shortened, so he's not going to be able to get full damage. And what am I talking about? Full damage drops Tomgirl instantly to 20%. Completely unlike what we saw in the last combo.
Oh, no.
And again, the radar comes in. Tomgirl gets chased down. HunterHD. That damage came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you were doubting the damage there,
Yeah.
Armin, and Hunter came through. The leg just hitting so hard out of the Awakening there. And I believe the new skill as well, putting quite a bit of damage out of the Awakened striker. Tomgirl, unfortunately, didn't get too much time to play or too much time to show up against Hunter, and we're gonna have a snake versus snake, God versus Hunter in the finals.
It looks like, honestly, it may have been a gear swap coming out of Hunter there.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because that damage from was just absolutely nutty. HunterHD moving on to the grand finals where he'll be fighting Thanos.